like a swamp area, doesn't it? A lot of water coming through here. Alright guys, I just got to the hunting camp. Of course it's raining. Well, it just finished raining. And just coming in my trailer here. And went just to kick my shoes off, to put my boots on. And noticed the floor was wet. I'm like, what's the floor doing wet? So I put my hand on the floor over here by the window. And it was wet. And I said, okay, what's leaking? But then I put my hand over here by the couch. You're gonna excuse all the junk in the back. It's just a hunting trailer with no storage space. So, but other than that, it's wet over here too. I'm like, why is it so wet? I mean, I don't understand. My trailer never leaks. Don't have a leak in it. Then I went to go get the vacuum cleaner. I said, well, I just try to vacuum it up just to try to get the water off top here and see if I can find a leak. But as I went up here, I noticed that it was wet in here too. I was like, what the world's going on? I don't know if you can see the little drops of water, wetness, whatever you want to call it. But then coming up here in my bedroom, I noticed it was wet up here too. And I'm like, what the world's going on? So it's all the rain that we've been having. This little hunt trailer is, you know, like I said, I don't have any leaks in it, so it's pretty much dried up, and you know, no air circulation and like that, so it's just condensation. It's been raining for the last 2 days, and I just got a whole bunch of condensation sitting in here, you know, in this trailer that's cooped up with no heat and air going, you know, all week long, because I was just here last weekend, and that's the deal. So I just want to let you guys know what we're going through with all this rain here in Georgia. So I'm just trying to vacuum the water off the top, and I got my heater running. Hopefully it'll dry it up, but we're gonna try to get out early today. It's a little bit after 12 right now. I think I'm gonna go to my food plot and get my stand out the woods and go down the hill from my food plot. So two things, so I can get my stand before we can go somewhere different tomorrow, and plus I want to hunt down the bottom of that hill anyway. So, but other than that, I'm just gonna clean this water up, and I'll get with you guys when we hit the woods. There's a lot of water everywhere. It's ridiculous. My food plot is so soft, I can't walk across it without leaving my boot in the ground. I mean, I can probably sink it down probably 4 or 5 inches. I gotta get on the other side over there to get my stand, and we're gonna go down the bottom of the hill here. I can hear the little creek down there just rapid, like running real fast. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go round in the woods to get over to my stand that I'm gonna move down the hill. Yeah, we're gonna go down the bottom of this hill here once we get the stand out. But you can hear the water running, and that's normally just a little creek that's barely running, but now it's like a Sounds like a raging river. This stand been here since the video I did bow hunting. So bow season's been sitting here. Hopefully we can find all the parts to it that to get it together if I can get it down the hill. So it's gonna be super wet because it's been here outside the whole time and it's been raining all month. I can squeeze the water out of it. There go the big spider. I knew he was in there. There you go, big spider. He got gone quick. I couldn't get him. Okay guys, that's my food plot right there. We're just gonna go down to the bottom of this hill and set up down at the bottom of the hill. Like I said, normally this creek is just barely running, but now it's running pretty good. So okay, we found this pine tree here. And this we can see both sides the creek. We can see everything. We just came up the hill just a little bit to give ourselves a better advantage of looking over everything. guys, we are down the hill from my food plot. My food plot is right up the hill behind me, and we down in the valley, down here by the creek. And like I said, it just finished raining for 2 days, probably about an hour and a half ago. And it's a little creek down here. Well, it was a little creek, but now it's running like a little small river. But you know, the water just is high and it's just running more than it usually do. Usually just be a trickle down, you know, no big deal. But now it's running crazy. But we're gonna try to get down in here because those deers, when they normally come from the other side of my food plot, the left side down, you know, they mill around in the food plot, then they come down here when they leave out. But you know, sometimes they go the other way. But this is actually the spot where I killed Freak Nasty at a couple years ago, the big deer I have on my wall in my office. It was down here in this little valley. Like I said, it's hardwoods. It's pines on the other side of the creek, which that's what I'm mostly interested in. To me, I'm thinking those deers feel better in those pines because it's not as wet in those pines. You know, there's a lot of pine needles on the ground that they can lay down on instead of sitting in this this wet, leafy ground here. But so I'm banking on those deers to come out of there. So that's basically it, guys. I got my climber that I had left beside the food plot since bow season, and we moved down here with it. We're going to try to move around because, like I said, this is the 4th. This is Friday, January the 4th. So we only got one more weekend after this. So if we want to get it done, we need to get it done this week so we have time to get the deer to the processor and get it back hopefully by next week. But next week comes, I'm gonna have to be very picky about what I shoot because like I said, it's last weekend of hunting season and I don't want to have to make a trip back down here just to go get, you know, a deer from the processor. So if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen this weekend. Okay, well, I'm gonna pan you around so you can see where I'm at. It's kind of it's gonna look kind of thick in the camera, but it's really not. I made sure I found a place that was kind of open where I can see pretty good radius here, so I can see all around me for a couple of 60-70 yards. So I should be good, but we're gonna have to be attentive because, like I said, everything's wet. They're not gonna make much noise coming through here, so I'm actually have to see them. And the wind's blowing pretty good too, probably 8-9 miles an hour too, so that's gonna make it more hard to hear. But like I said, it's still warm too. You know, I didn't even bring a jacket today. I'm out here just in a long sleeve shirt, and hopefully that don't come back to bite me at the end of the day. But we got out here early. It's probably about 2:30 right now. I want to get out and have a time to get my stand, come down here and set up and get quiet. So but guys, we're just gonna try to get it done this weekend and hopefully we can. Alright guys, I still haven't seen anything. It's getting kind of cold too, well, cool. I should have wore a jacket. This wet stand has got my back wet and the wind is blowing and gusting sometimes around 12, 13 miles an hour. And so I'm sitting here trying to hug myself to keep warm. But it's probably around about 4 o'clock now. And like I said, the wind is just blowing so hard that, I mean, most of the time, you know, right now it's kind of cool down, but it'll come for a gust, then it'll cool down for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then another gust come by. So I don't know if that's going to help out or not. But like I said, we still hadn't seen anything, so I just want to check in with you guys, let you know I was cold, and I'm a dummy not to wear a jacket out here. but that's what I get. But we're gonna try to stick it out. So just wanted to check in. All right. I decided to move up to my food plot before it got too late. Two reasons. One reason, my butt is soaking wet from that stand, and the other reason is I was getting cold out there in that open element, so I decided to come in here in my shooting house. I feel a lot warmer right now, so but it's getting close to that time. It's about 4:45, so starting to get dark. Not dark, but on the way to dark. And hopefully there's some deers come out here on this food plot, but that's about it. We'll just check back in with you guys if something else goes on. Alright guys, that's another hunting day in the books. The wind is just blowing awful hard, and like I said, it's getting dark too, so I just think I'm gonna pack it up for the day and hit it again in the morning. So we'll see you in the morning. All right guys, this is the morning hunt on Saturday the 5th, January the 5th. So I'm set up on the little food plot. If you guys that's been with me for a minute, I had a little food plot that I call a little honey hole, that I cut a little pine tree out of, and I haven't hunted this yet this year. I don't believe anybody else have hunted this yet this year, so I decided to come up over here. I'm in a little one-man blind here. It's just like a fold-out seat, just got the hood to go over top of it, and I'm just sitting in this little patch of woods here overlooking that food plot. So hopefully something comes out. I mean, the food plot is pretty much ate down to nothing, but last time I checked these cameras probably about 3-4 weeks ago, and you know, still had some deers coming out here pulling around. So so we're just gonna kick back and see if anything happens. The wind is up gusting pretty hard this morning, and hopefully we can get it done. Like I said, we ran out of time, so hopefully we can get it done. Alright, we'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, I don't know, man. I can't figure it out. We finally get the rain to stop, then the wind starts blowing 20 miles an hour, and it's really just gusting left and right. I mean, it's done turned cold. It's got to be every bit like 45, 43 degrees today. When it was, I didn't even take a jacket hunting yesterday. But like I said, it's about 11:30. We hadn't seen, not 11:30, 10:30. I'm sorry. I hadn't seen anything. I did hear one deer earlier this morning blow, you know, just up the trail. I guess he was blowing at my four-wheeler sitting up there, and I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things. You just got to be in the right place at the right time. Just got to get lucky. So I think my luck has ran out. I haven't seen any deers here in the last couple trips that, you know, not even thinking about shooting. So I'm lost. I'm just lost for words on that, because, you know, I just don't know where to find them. But they still send deers up there by the camp, you know, and I just don't feel like hunting right by the camp, but I might have to. I'm still looking for the big boy. I'm still trying to trophy hunt, but then again, you know, I just want to get something in, and, you know, just to get some meat. And I normally do that every year, so just wait till the end of the year trying to meat hunt, and it's just hard at the end of the year to even find deer. So but we're gonna wrap it up. And when I get out, I turn around and show you this little pop-up blind I'm in. It's pretty cool, you know, just for being mobile and getting to different areas and just, you know, set up and be able to hunt. It's kind of tight. Like I said, you know, my head is on the back of it, but I was able to get me a nap or two here while I was in here. So, you know, it's got a lot of windows in it. You can zip down some windows. It's got one here, and it's another one right here, and there's two on this other side right here. Then it's got one big one in the front here that you can zip down and make it smaller, make it bigger, whatever. But it's just like a lounge chair. So when I get out, I'll turn back around and show it to you, and we can get on back to the camp. Just like that, you just put it over top of your head. It's pretty cool, so you can fold it up. This was a cutover probably about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. But this food plot, this is where I've seen the biggest deer I ever seen down here on camera. I put that video up and for you guys can see. I mean, it's super nice deer. But this was 4 years ago that I seen that deer, and hadn't seen him since. So hopefully he's still around. If he's still around, he's gonna be really a monster. But I'm just going over here to check this camera, and this food plot is soft too. But it's not as soft as my other food plot. Yeah, this food plot didn't grow that well either, but it did grow because they use this as a bedding area because it's real thick in there. But you know, it's got that little grassy type grass all out through there, so it's nice to lay on, I guess, for them. And where I got this camera here, it's another trail that they use that goes up through there. So we'll check this camera, and if anything good on it, I'll put it in the video. But looking back, that's what that blind looks like at the end there. It's not hid, believe me, but it's not. I guess it doesn't look too bad. I don't know. I probably had to get up in my tree climber, up in my little spot right there, that little opening, because I can see all this food plot here. But oh well, let's keep it moving.